You know.
I don't think it's you, but
All right, let's start.
so hi everybody in Sadior land. Hi everybody on Facebook. Hi everybody on Instagram. Sorry for starting late. We're having technical difficulties. Today we're still celebrating Women History Month. I got 3 girls that's on with me. It's going.
Yeah, I just
So I'm gonna try to talk as less as possible because mine is the one that's echoing. I'm gonna let the ladies talk as much, but if I have to join in, I'm gonna have to join in. So we have a few things that some specific topics that we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about, how it is being single as a woman, how it is being in a marriage, some of the trials and tribulations that we have gone through, or going through being a boss chick. And then we're also going to talk about child support from a woman's perspective. So, Black, you want to start it off?
Sure, why not? Since I'm in all of 3 of those situations.
You married?
At the current time? No, I'm single. I'm single. And being single, well, let's just start off with the dating pool. So right now, how I feel about the dating pool is a little bit different. Me being the age that I am, I'm not going to disclose that, but I'm a mature young lady. So it has sort of switched from, when I was dating and I was younger. Of course, I've changed too in my values and the things that I look for in men and all of that have changed as well. So it's kind of different. I'm not gonna say it's hard. It's not hard because now I'm a full-fledged woman. I know exactly what I want. And so sometimes it's the hard part is having to pass up so many possibles to get to that one ideal relationship or person that you're looking for. It's just been different because I feel like now the value and the respect for a Black woman has definitely went down as opposed to years ago when I was dating. So I'm a little bit perplexed about that, but nevertheless, it's a good thing when you were not settling, for just anything, and you have an idea of what you want, and now you could better plan, how you want your future to go, who you want to be with, who your ideal man, is, and everything. And you just keep
They
working.
said, nah, the echo is crazy.
So I don't know what to say. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get off Instagram because I feel like my phone it never works. I don't know if it's my house, my walls. I feel like a lot.
So does everybody on Instagram, is Black echoing too, or is it just me? Good on Facebook and watch it better. Okay, I know it's good on Facebook. It's the Instagram. Black. Although they said Black echo is worse. All right, Black, you can get off of Instagram.
I'm gonna go on Facebook because Facebook already.
No, you're already on Facebook. The link should be shared to your page on Facebook.
Oh, I'm echoing. Okay.
Yeah, so get off of Instagram. So y'all just gonna hear Black from there.
All right.
How about you? April, say something. Okay, they said I'm not echoing. They said I'm not. Let's see if April is echoing. April talk.
Can y'all hear me? It is echoing.
So it's everybody.
But me.
It's because it's the 2 devices. It's just Zoom and Instagram. It's not going to go together.
But they just now said that I wasn't echoing. All right, so April, you could get off too. So you get off of Instagram. So I'm just gonna be on Instagram, guys. They said I'm not echoing. All right, so I'm gonna stay on Instagram and you guys can hear, and you guys could just hear them from the other phone. All right, so go ahead, Black. How do I sound now? Is it still echoing or are we good now that the other 2 was off? P, Black. Who else is on there? Not Black. Okay, talk. Talk, Black. Finish talking.
So, like I was saying, fuck that. The dating pool is trash. Now let me stop. Nah, it's it's savage right now. like I said,
Okay. Thank you guys. They said no echoing now.
okay. So like I said, now I do admit, previously, I was a lot younger before and I wasn't looking for, a full-fledged relationship. I'm not going to lie. I was young. I'm having fun. But now that I feel like I'm a mature and established woman, and I could definitely say that the core values, the way the guys value us women, Black women especially now, and how they treat us is completely different. It's like, the game of clowns right now. And you really have to be strong, you know what I'm saying? And you really have to stand firm, and you really
And
have
focus.
focus, and you really have to know your worth. Never in a million years I thought it would be this hard to communicate, for communication between a Black man and a Black woman. But it's almost like, the hidden hand has played us against each other, and we can't effectively communicate on a regular basis, whether it's through a text. I mean, I
was on Black. Let me say one thing, because I don't have no other device to check the comments on Facebook. So you can go on Facebook on your phone to read the comments, because they saying they can't comment from Facebook. So whatever
comments. Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. I'm looking.
Yeah, so click the link on my page. I don't know if it's on your page yet.
No.
What's up, boo? All right, so whoever, you can read the comments from there. All right, yeah. You were talking about how the dating poll is.
Yeah, how the dating pool. Yeah. So like I was saying, I said, it's really sad that now in 2022, we don't have effective communication. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like
a fight.
It's a fight. You have to dumb yourself down, and you have to succumb to a lot of bullshit in order to have companionship. And that's really in almost everyday stuff. I never found myself going the extra mile, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to do just to, make small little miscellaneous, or I don't know how to say it, relationships work. I gotta reach out a little bit more. I have to dumb myself down. I gotta deal with because I'm in a certain position.
I feel like dating right now, I be feeling like I'm a genius. Like I be like, either these dudes is very dumb or I'm very smart. It's like it's so hard to even get into some stimulating conversation with some of these guys. It's like, I cannot be this smart. These dudes must be really dumb, or I have reached the genius level and no one told me.
Well, that, and when you communicating through text every fucking minute, and the punctuation marks ain't there, or you don't know where a motherfucker coming from. I mean, how could you communicate through a text and I could know, what I'm saying? I can't hear the vibrations of your voice. I don't know when you pause it. I don't know what the fuck you really mean. And they think that you supposed to every single day, do this text shit or whatever. It's like you said, you feel like a genius sometimes, because you be like, or you hella offended because you know what I'm saying? And then they think that you every day I don't want you in my inbox every fucking day, every time I post a picture. You know what I'm saying? How am I supposed to date you in my inbox?
It's just where you have, it's like even if you meet a guy outside of social media, once they follow you on social media, it's like they want to communicate with you through the DM or the inbox, or vice versa. Like you can meet on social media and they could have your number, but they still insistent on communicating with you through your DM or your inbox. I've experienced that. If it's not that, then if they want to use the phone, your actual number, they want to text you all day. It's like, I think social media and these phones has really, somebody said, I believe social media messed up the value of relationships. That's what the comment is. I feel, I concur that. It's like, people do not have regular conversations no more. Everything is a text or a DM or an inbox, and it's gotten quite annoying at this point.
Not only that, or they judging you by your pictures, They want to talk about your pictures and all of this kind of stuff. How could you really know if you want to, you want to date somebody? We not courting, we not talking nothing on a high level. It's all about, the preface. Like,
so this is the thing, because I have friends. I mean, sometimes when I be speaking, I don't only speak for, I'm the voice of the people. I'm not just speaking just for me, I'm speaking for my friends. And so what I hear, I don't have an issue with, I know some of my friends be having issues with guys even taking them out on dates. I don't have the issue with guys taking me out on dates. Every dude I meet don't have a problem with the dating thing, but it's outside the dating. If we're not together, they want to text all day, and I'll be like, and that's one of the things I say from the very beginning. Listen, I don't mind texting, but it has to be done in moderation. If you're going to use that as the major form as the main form communication, I'm not your girl, like, because that annoys me.
I agree. I don't want to text you all the time. Call me. Let's get the conversation over with. Let's go on with our lives. I think it's real stupid. I think it's just, dumb for us to be texting back and forth, all freaking day. Sometimes, it's okay. It's cute for you to drop in. Sometimes I don't want to talk. We're all very busy. All of us, let's keep it a buck. All of us are real busy doing whatever we doing, pursuing whatever we pursuing. So sometimes a text is a convenience as opposed to picking up the phone. But as
Right.
a normal path of communication every day, no, I don't think that's respectful. I don't think that is good. I don't think that is effective, because we're not really verbalizing and we're not using our brain. We're not using no level of intelligence, texting, and we're not really getting to see who we really are to the core. So
you can't get to know somebody from texting. Yeah. So we was gonna have Mahisa on here. I don't know if she's running late or if she's gonna be able to come on now. I wanted to talk about it like as far as, because she was going to be the married one that was on the panel, but I'm gonna touch on the married thing. As far as being in a relationship, being as a woman being married, I feel like a lot of these women, strong women, successful women that I know, not gonna say that I know, not all of them, but it's like you have to really dumb yourself down in the relationship in order for it to grow or whatever. It's like as far as I'm concerned, a lot of these marriages I don't even respect. It's like, you have friends who are in marriages and they be like, yo, I went through this, I'm going through this or whatever. They're not really happy, or they'll tell you in the beginning, the first 10 years or the first 25 years of our marriage, I went through this, that, and the third. So it's like everybody is like trying to push the whole narrative of being married, but is being married the thing? Like, do we really want to be married? I want to be married, but in a healthy relationship, not a toxic one. I think that we have normalized toxicity and unhealthy relationships. I think they have a normalized being treating a woman like a doormat, or putting her through hell first and then straightening it up towards the end. As far as I'm concerned, when they penis stop, it's not as working as good as it was when they was in their 20s. Now they can't please all the women that they used to. Now they like, be good. We can't hear you, April.
Marriage, right? I think that what people forget what marriage is a partnership. So people are wanting to be married, but nobody's finding their partner. Nobody's finding their balance. Marriage is supposed to enhance our lives. It's not supposed to take away, right? I'm bringing the table, you're bringing something to the table that I can't bring. We're putting it together and we're growing this thing into whatever, family, wealth, whatever. I think when we're looking at marriages, especially nowadays, I think marriage has become a little bit of a trend. Nobody wants to say that they're not married. I'm seeing people get engaged at the drop of the hat. It's like, buying rings now, like that's what we're doing. It's not anything of benefits. You see people divorcing faster now because they don't know who they're marrying. They're not really looking for partners in life. They're really just looking to say, I'm a wife, I'm a husband, or like, oh, I got somebody. A lot of people are looking to get married right now because times are hard.
Now a lot of people are getting married to have the big wedding and to put up the nice pictures and to say,
you know, and so
people get married for all the wrong reasons now.
All the wrong reasons. And then also too, I remember seeing something that was like, you know, you got to see your partner in all 4 seasons. A lot of us are not really seeing our partners in all of their seasons, meaning when they're happy, when they're sad, when they're broke, when they're up, when they're down, where they're all of this stuff, you know, like it's good when it's good and everybody's going based off of that. But then when it gets bad, everybody's ready to jump shit. Now, I'm not that you have to stick it out through, because toxic relationships and life happening are completely
different things. Yeah.
Well, but you know, I think right now marriages has become a trend, especially
in our culture,
meals and stuff. And I feel like nobody is really. I have a friend. She's not really interested. She always says like, I'm not really interested in marriage. If I get married, that's fine. But what I'm looking for is a partner in life, somebody that can come in. You know, I bring what I bring, they bring what they bring, and all we do is multiply that. That's it, and be happy and healthy doing it. So.
Someone said people are getting married for all the wrong reasons and expectations when marriage is about building together.
Yes. Yes. If you look at the Black community way back when our grandparents stuff and our great grandparents was growing up, when they got married, it wasn't, oh, well, let's just do this. No, you saw a significant change in the Black community. That's why going through back then, they wanted to break up the Black family because they saw how it was to the economical structure of Black people coming up from the struggle. So if we mimic our grandparents and, you know, even our parents, like,
I don't know about that, April. This is gonna be the first part of the panel disagreeing. I don't know if we should
April was looking at her parents.
Our parents and our grandparents
have been married for years. So.
Yeah. April has good parents.
And I'm speaking,
he has great parents.
You know, so maybe let me say in my
in your experience.
You know, my parents have been married close to 40 years. I have uncles and aunts who've been married longer than that. And just reading up on history and stuff like that, you know, this is where my opinion is coming from. But
hold on, April. Let me ask you, because you just now said that they've been married. You know, your parents, and you only can speak for your parents because you were in the house with them. But their aunts that were married for 40-something years, that I don't think number has anything to do with it. Because that's when I say about I don't think that we should be actually trying to mimic our parents and grandparents, because a lot of their relationships, they were long lasting, but were they happy? Was there equalness? Was somebody muzzled? Was both of them living up to their potential? Was someone outshining other? Because I saw a lot of them old school relationships. The man did what they wanted to do. The woman was just had to accept it and shut the fuck up and just bear, take whatever that came with them. So, but they stayed together. They didn't get divorced. I've seen that in my lifetime. And that's why I said I don't necessarily want to mimic some of these old school relationships. We on a whole different time right now. Back then, a lot of the women could not speak up. They could not afford to leave these men because the men were actual providers or solely providing for them.
Yeah. No, I agree with that too. I think everything has a good and a bad, right? Everything in life, it's just balance, right? So while there are, like they used to say, Papa was a Rolling Stone, wherever he laid his hat was his home.
Exactly.
Relationships back then. I think also too, there were a lot of relationships that were loving relationships that did help, build families.
Someone said we shouldn't be mimicking no one's relationship because everyone is different and have different mindsets.
And that's absolutely, nobody is couples goals, right? I think we see that a lot on social media, # relationship goals, # couple goals, but we don't know what everybody goes through. And so, no, you should never, and I'm not saying mimic these old relationships. I'm just saying that there's been some that have proven to be very successful relationships from these old times. And then there's stories I've heard that not, and I've seen, and it's been like, whoa, like, why would you stay 40 years in this type of stuff? Like,
right.
So
someone said people be stuck in old times. It's a new era. We go on that, but yeah, hey, you about to say something, Black?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I know probably what we're meaning is that, you know, the structure of family was much more important and
I
much
agree
more
with that.
vital to us back in the day than it is now. We are so celebrating being single mothers, having gender reveals, you know what I'm saying? Complacency, not realizing what God intended the marriage union for. He intended the union to empower both man and woman, and so you'll have an inheritance for your children, not for you to parade around thinking that when you're a single mother, you're having a baby out of wedlock. That means the circle of life that God had intended and all of its inheritance and all of its blessings is not going to be cast upon you or your child. So in fact, you're cursed, and not saying you're cursed like a voodoo spell, but you're not going to be able to partake in all of those blessings because you are outside of the structure. So
this is the thing. This is the thing I say about, as you know, what they say, chew the meat and spit out the bones. Some of our ancestors or our generations before us, they had good, you know, good values and good traits. And there's some things that I don't agree with and I wouldn't want to mimic. But as far as you saying that the family structure, we were structured way better back in the day or whatever. And like you said, back then, it was you were an embarrassment if you were having the baby out of wedlock. That wasn't nothing to celebrate. Now I feel like this era of my generation and maybe even my mother's generation, we had, and now especially underneath us, we celebrate all the wrong shit. We have normalized all the wrong shit. Like, you're celebrating that you are a 4-time baby mother. Ain't a wedding in sight, but you're having a baby shower for your 4th kid.
And y'all struggling. Ain't no way it's gonna be, and you're gonna struggle for generations. You gonna fucking struggle. Now you may, you know, God gonna bless you, because I'm in the same situation. I got 2 kids out of wedlock. You don't think sometime I kick myself in the ass if I knew then what I knew now about the family structure and the benefits that it would take on generations to come and the blessings that I could have been a part of, instead of thinking, you know what I'm saying, like my generation and taking on some of the new wave. That's what we call it, a new wave. Then, you know, I feel like I could be better off. Not that I'm in such fucked up situation, praise God, but it could be all the more better. And you look at, you know, you look at those times, you look at the, you know, the difference between when the family had a structure and those families that have structure. I look at somebody like my cousin April and what her being under that foundation has allowed, you know, them, how the lifestyle that they live, and, you know, how it has a profound effect on them, and, you know, the benefits that they reap from that situation, as opposed to me and my mom not being married and so forth and so on. So you have to pay attention to those things. You got to know, you know, the benefits of that and how it's going to affect. Now, I understand now we've evolved as women and we've evolved as men, and the times have definitely changed. And no, women have gained more independence, and we're more abused, and we're able to work, and we have found ourselves and everything. But it should never be to the detriment where we feel like we are so independent and they brainwashed us that we're saying we don't need a man in the household. We can raise children on our own. No, that's a detriment to our culture.
As independent as I am, I don't never say that shit.
No,
I be seeing these women that say I don't need no man or nothing like that. I mean, no, we do.
You can't mess up God's structure and think you're gonna be successful. Nah, now we deserve a little bit more rights, and we deserve our voice. And I think some stuff have been pulled from underneath us, you know, by men wanting to be in control and not respecting that, you know, men and women are, you know, equal, and you can still be the man and be in charge and in control. But behind every successful man is a great and outstanding woman. You know what I'm saying? Or on the side. I'm not even going to say behind, on the side. And most of the time it's probably her brilliant idea and probably her cultivating and encouraging him and letting him be the forefront and taking a back seat anyway. In most successful marriages and successful business relationships, that's what we see. But our generation, you know, in our generation, if you can't respect the woman and you calling her bitches and hoes and you feeling like she's not even a value to you, how could you formulate that structure? And women, us too, thinking that we only divas, that we don't need a man, and we could govern our kids and our male sons on our own.
Well, you know what I think that came from? I think that came from by default. Some people don't want to focus in on the problem, so they just be like, "Oh, I don't need no man. I don't need." So they don't want to focus in on how fucked up is it. So they just like, I'm doing me. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm taking care of kids. I don't need no man. So it's like psyching themselves out. Like they telling themselves that they trying to convince themselves that they don't need no man. Just like the men that be trying to convince themselves that they don't need no woman. Like we realistically, I don't know if it's just a religious thing, but I mean, we were all men and women were created to be companionship. Like no man is supposed to be navigating life by himself, and no woman is supposed to be doing that. We are supposed to be doing that together. So I find it rhetoric when I hear women say that, as well as men say that. Man, what do a man really need a woman for? Like when I hear guys say that, I'll be like, you really feel like that? Like you don't really need a woman?
That's
Medina said he needs a woman. I know that's right. He said you just said that to me.
It's what people don't realize is we need each other for legacy. That's what it's about. It's about what we're leaving behind. It's nothing more powerful than your last name. And if you don't need a woman how you gonna create that? Because
it's so pivotal that you said that. I just said that in my post earlier. If we would, back each other up, you'll see a lot of our last names on the top of these buildings. We don't understand. These generations, everything is Procter and Gamble. It's everything you see.
Exactly.
Last name. These families, the Trumps, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the ones who got the wealth and everything, they have it through their bloodline and their families. They don't give a fuck if they gotta marry each other and their cousins to keep the wealth and the generational stuff and the inheritance in their family. When we gonna get the drift? But here we are, still battling each other.
So somebody just said it's not the man. It's not that a man or a woman don't want a relationship. It's what they've been through in other relationships. That's the whole fact. So what's the solution? How do we get past that?
You have to understand that, for one, here's the thing about relationships and here's the thing about love, right? People think that once you get hurt that it just then cut it off. That's it. I don't want no more. But you have to understand, like in life,
you're gonna get hurt.
Comes with it. You have to choose which one you're willing to take, whatever
you want. Absolutely.
So it's not about, everybody's been through bad relationships. That's not, but if you don't want to, you can't say, oh, I'm done with relationships and then expect the relationship to fall in your lap. That's not how that works. First, you have to work on yourself, because a lot of us are in denial. We think that when a relationship ends, it's because that one person did something to us and now we're done. But we have to realize what about our spirit and our energy attracted us to even think that was okay to stay with. Or
you gotta preach.
So work on yourself. And number two, understand that in life, it is what it is. You gotta be open to love. It just is what it is. And sometimes you gotta kiss 15 frogs before you get to your prince. It just is what it is.
And you know what I think it is? It's stupid, because it's like, if you had a bad experience at one job, do that mean you're not gonna work no more?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it shit happens, you can't, I do feel like you should be, learn from your experiences and don't let it hinder you, but, take whatever you learn and make sure you don't make the same mistakes. The same thing as, what's up, Remy? As if at a job, if you did something, like if you were we were constantly late at a job that got you fired. Now, when you get the next job, you should know, I'm not going to be coming in here late, because that's what got me fired from my last job.
That's it.
Same thing with the relationships. If something went wrong or whatever was the demise or the main reason for your relationship to fail, you take that and say, well, you know what? I'm not gonna let this happen with this relationship.
No. No.
I
So
agree.
that's it.
It's just like you gotta, like, when you know you're going in life, you know you're gonna have battles. You just gonna choose your battles wisely. It's something that you're gonna want to fight, and it's something that you're gonna gracefully, bow down, bow out from. You're not gonna pick up that battle or whatever.
Well, I will say this. One thing I just wanted, because we got a couple of topics we're gonna get on, but I also wanted to just basically emphasize on, us women. I'm speaking for the women, to know our self-worth and know what we deserve, and not continue to be brainwashed into thinking that you have to go through hell before you get to heaven. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us have been brainwashed into thinking, oh, you got to be a ride or die. The definition of a ride or die right now that they got going out of here is that it's like, I've seen so many men be like, yeah, after 10 years, this is my ride or die right here. Yeah, I'm marrying her. We've been through it all together. And what their definition of with the all through it is a whole bunch of infidelity, a whole bunch of disrespect, a whole bunch of this, and she still stuck around. So now she's my rider. I'm gonna marry her. No. If that's what your definition, with that, I know that's the definition that they're talking about when they say ride or die. We have been programmed to think that we supposed to go through so much in a relationship, because that's what we, they keep on saying, oh, no relationship is perfect. Like you said, now, there's things that we can expect, or, like if you lost your job or something like that, we know it's some ups and downs. But why do every relationship we gotta get through his cheating phase, his disrespect phase? Like, why do we have to go through that? Like, why do we, and a lot of people say, why do you always got to bring up cheating? Because that's the name. I mean, those people that even got married, one of the main reasons for divorce is infidelity. So we could stop not wanting to address the elephant in the room. Infidelity is the main reason why a lot of these relationships are falling apart and not working.
Well, number one is economic. So that's the whole thing too. Number one is the financial play. So that's the number one cause of divorce. And number two, it is infidelity.
And you want to know what's number one for real? Is communication. It's communication, because we don't talk about the finances or why they, not saying that this is a pass, because I know people going to chew my ass, but not saying that cheating is a pass, but why you felt like you had to cheat in the first place. Are you unhappy? Then you need to tell me. So don't make a decision on my life based on what you got going on. Tell me if I can make my own decision. But go ahead.
So as far as the cheating is concerned, I know that there are women, so won't be no guys getting on my ass. I know that some women cheat, but we know this is the narrative that have been pushed out there by men time and time again every day, that it's not natural for men to be faithful. So with that kind of mindset, we know why it's so much cheating going on, because they think they have a right to cheat. Like, oh, I'm a man. And we all been taught that, oh, a man will be a man. Like, we need to change that narrative that it's okay for a man to be community dick. Like, that's not cool. Let me read some of the comments. It don't have to be all of that. A ride or die could be a shorty that rode with him to Rome, to bottom, to when he got to the top. It's not always cheating. Nikki said Nikki cheated. Men cheat. I didn't say Nikki cheat. Nikki, you didn't cheat. Men cheat because some women make it okay, and as long as they get 5 minutes.
Who said that?
Hold on. Oh God, hold on. Men cheat because some women make it okay as long as they get 5 minutes of fame, despite him being married or having a girl. It's this era. Oh, we're gonna touch on that, Nikki. Women are taking the same position now. Somebody else said that. Remy said that. Exactly. So my thing is this. I personally do not want to deal with any dude who is in a relationship or married. That I think that us women have to take that position. We all sit here and we complain about being cheated on. And then you turn right around and deal with somebody else's man. Like, in order, even if these guys have this thought, if there was a woman out there that entertain it, who would they cheat with?
Right.
So we we know it ain't wrong if they're cheating, but there's so many women that are okay with that, and they jack these excuses when these guys come up and be like, oh, I'm not happy at home, and she's a bitch, or she's that and that. Yo, I can't tell you how many times I don't even entertain that. Like, if you come in to me and complaining about her, or you in a relationship, well, you need to work that out, or you need to leave her alone. Because I don't even understand the whole concept of, there's women out here that cheat with these men, and then even if they do leave their girl and they get with you really could trust this guy? Like, he literally was cheating with you, and now you done took the position. You don't think he's gonna cheat on you?
What they say, you lose him how you get him.
So so as far as the ride, the comment where he said, a ride or die could be a shorty that rode him to Rome and the bottom to when it got to the top. So I know I was a ride or die. I don't know how many of you guys in the audience or on the panel, being a ride or die, did that get you anywhere? When you went there and you stuck by the nigga when he ain't have shit, or went through all that, and you went through all that, and when they got to where they needed to be, were you there? Because that didn't work for me. Did that work for you? I'm asking.
I ain't gonna hold you. I never was like, you already know my take on that. I move around. You know what I'm
Anybody
saying?
in the audience, any women in the audience, to be in a ride or die chick, did that, you sticking out with him, when he made it success or made it top, were you there with him? Did that work out for you? Because it didn't work out for me, and it didn't work out for most of the women that I knew.
Yeah, so, it didn't work out for a lot of women.
It didn't work out, so I don't even know why that narrative is being pushed.
But that's not every, that.
Huh? What you said, Black? You paused that. Yeah.
I think it's sad. I think it's a form of, another form of manipulation.
It's manipulation at its best.
Right. And it's abusive too. It's abusive too for you to, do wrong and hurt somebody and feel like, you should entice them to stick around while you do everything and you promise them
it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
Right. You're gonna make amends with them, or y'all gonna move forward. It's very manipulative that a lot of men take that road and choose to do that to a lot of women, because we really, at our core, women, we really, are built for a relationship, and that's what we were designed for, and we really be having faith in these brothers. You know what I'm saying? We really be loving the brothers more than they could ever imagine. They already know, because we was at the side of the court. We had up our hands and we had up our fists and we stood on the front lines with them. So
hold on. Nikki just said something that we talked about earlier. Black. She said, "What is the ride or die? Ride with him until he kill you from the stress and the heartache."
That's exactly what it is, Nikki.
Please, God did not say to us broken. No. Medina said it's being pushed because it's a lot of men that rich that from the bottom. Let's not get Medina. You said a lot. I don't see a lot of successful men. Women get rich. The girl that's foreign or look foreign, or that has the perfect look that the industry want them to have. This is what we don't like it when guys going out vague or like that. We generally speaking, we're not saying that every man do that, but we talking about, for generally speaking, all of these celebrities and these famous people that are not with the day.
Look at their wives and look at their girlfriends. Look at Kanye West. When you seen him in the documentary, the young lady who was in the with him, driving around and doing all of that stuff was a black girl. When he got on and he got the millionaire and billionaire, he went and married Kim Kardashian and so forth and so on. And no, I'm not mad and no, I'm not hating because we rather her deal with the bipolarism anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Take that off our hands, get the filter the ocean. But you know, don't come at us like that. We know better than that, Medina. Y'all know that one shot.
Let's give Medina the benefit of the doubt. He said there's a lot of men that are a lot of famous, successful men who are still with their day ones.
They are.
We're dropping names of the ones that we know that did not. They traded their day ones in. You could drop some names of. Or I think all we know is Denzel, who is who's been with
a lot of them. LeBron James. You know, now here's
a handful. They just compared to,
and we're not putting this narrative on all of them, but a lot of them are probably still with their day ones. But then a lot of them might have cheated still, and now let's look at DJ Envy, right? So everybody know DJ Envy from his club because I watched him on the interview the other day. They've been together for 26 or 27 years, been married for 21, but he cheated on her with Erica Mena.
Right.
I
didn't know about that.
Girl, no, this is
no, that was years ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was years ago, but
okay. Look at Charlamagne. You talking about DJ Envy? Look at Charlamagne. Charlamagne been with his wife since they were I don't know, high school or whatever, but he got on the air every day bragging about all the different women that he been with and was cheating with throughout their whole relationship. This is what I mean about normalizing toxicity. Mm-hmm. You literally, and while he was on the air talking about all these different women, he was still with his wife. You add in insult to injury. Mm-hmm. Even if she forgave you or got past it, now you publicly and dragging her and embarrassing her some more. He didn't even see no wrong with what he's doing. That's how normal that they done made cheating on your fucking wife or your woman.
Do you think that when men, so like Charlamagne, for example, right? Because Charlamagne, not only has Charlamagne, he's really cleaned up his act in terms of who he has become.
After 20 years, girl, he's been with his wife 20 years.
No, I'm not talking about in marriage. I mean in media. Like when he first
a lot of men stay with their day ones. The issue is the dudes we know not doing nothing to rise above or become on top. And then Medina said if they not with day ones, they say ones are good. I mean, day ones are good. I don't know what you mean by that. Cheating is the norm. You have to really find a man that is for you, because baby, it is nasty out here.
It's been nasty.
It sure is.
It's more accessible now,
but you could thank social media and everything like that. It's so easy to access each other. At least our grandfathers, they had to do a whole lot of shit to get to another woman. He had to get on his horse and go over there. He ain't know how she looked.
These niggas,
the neighbors would tell on them.
They don't even got to leave their house to cheat.
Right.
They could be on Instagram or Facebook and find a prospect.
Oh, your honey
had to leave out the house to find somebody
could be laying right next to you.
Leave out the house.
Yeah, your husband could be laying right next to you on Facebook in a DM, checking another woman, setting up or whatever. It's just that simple. And that's the tragedy of it, that we are so much more accessible and so much more connected in each other.
They said no, the grandfathers was hoes too, but they were private. Social media is the death of life.
That's what I said. It was
because all these songs of My Daddy Was a Rolling Stone, all that ain't come out from out the hat. Yeah, I'm telling you, back in the day, that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, they were hoes too. So now Medina says nobody perfect. So this is what I don't like when guys say that. So we expecting you to be faithful is expecting perfection. Like, do you understand how that is manipulative and stupid? The fact that we want a man to be faithful for us is expecting or looking for perfection. This is the kind of foolishness that we have to deal with. Somebody said, do you agree with they do change, but how long do we wait for them to change? Why do we have to sit here and wait for them to change? How many men, I know there is some men that stick around with a woman if they want to cheat her, but for the most part, generally speaking, men are not staying with a woman if she cheats. He's out. That really happens. That really happens for him to stay around. Why are we expected to be doing stuff that they're not willing to accept?
Listen. I personally know with my ex, caught him cheating several times. And when I say, you know what, enough is enough, I'm moving on, I'm stepping out, doing me, or I stepped out and he found out, he told me, I said, well, you cheated several times. You have been cheating. So obviously you do not want me. So I decided that I'm going to take it on myself and start, pursuing a, well, you shouldn't be doing that. You a woman.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be doing that. You a woman. You a mother. You shouldn't be out here. All right. But it's okay.
So they're going up in the comments. Hold on.
It's men's egos.
Tell me about it.
They said they expect us to be faithful. Medina said, y'all act like females are angels, please. Brad said, what does the mother of these men say about their son's behavior? Oh, you already know a lot of these mothers condone this kind of behavior. We'll get into that. Most men went and stayed with a cheating woman. Y'all not fucking angels. Why everything is always the man?
He's hurt, whoever that is.
No. And this is the thing.
That's what they say about us. Good job.
I don't know if Medina wants to be honest or whatever, but you ask yourself, have you been cheated on as much as you've been cheated on? Like, and let's say you're not a cheater, but let's just do a fucking synopsis or about all the men that you're around or the dudes you know. You know that your guys be cheating, most of them be cheating, and their girls don't. You know what I mean? Like
he know that him.
Sometimes people be taking it too personal. Huh?
No, he know that him. Most men that I talk to, when I ask them all about this, and I be like, yo, just tell the truth. You ever knew you had a good girl and you just dogged her out for no reason? Most dudes be like, I know Shorty was good. I know she was good. I had a few good ones, and
and they fucked it up.
Shorty over here was good.
That's the men that's keeping it real, but then it's
I don't want to hear it. And then you break our heart, and then our heart turn cold because we human, and then we put up a brick wall, and you know what? We start moving like a dude because we don't want our feelings into it. And that's where I'm at right now. I know I done had my heart broken once or twice. And you know what I did? I started moving like a dude. I started just doing how I wanted to do because I wanted to do it. And I ain't want to find myself loving no other dude and getting my feelings hurt. So I just did it. I got out of it what I wanted to get out of it. I made it all about me and it wasn't about us. And that's
well, so this is the thing that you're being honest and you're being, you're throwing yourself on a cross. But a lot of women have reached that point, and guys, now we at an era where guys are complaining about how girls act like dudes or they're doing things that dudes do. Where we have decades of seeing that being faithful and being so forgiving is not fruitful for us. No. So now a lot of women are like, fuck it, though. I'm not gonna even put my heart in this. They doing that, I'm gonna do it. And they want to know why we here. Like, I mean, we've seen it happen we've seen our mothers and our grandmothers and our aunties crying over our grandpas and our uncles over all the infidelity. And some of us said we don't want to do that. So we ain't even doing that. I'm not
gonna do it no more. Because the whole thing of it, because we are more emotional and all of that stuff, this stuff could break us down. We know a lot of women, a lot of Black women died from broken hearts, and you know what I'm saying, that we not telling the truth. A lot of women took pills, they on medication, they doing this, that, and the third, and we not being true to it. I know a lot of married women that's real fucking sad, coming over crying, and not able to move on, not able to gather themselves, not able to prosper and be successful. Not all of them, because thank God put me in the midst of a lot of fruitful women who have fruitful marriages. Not saying that they don't have issues, and you know that they don't have problems, but they're able to overcome those obstacles or whatever. But on face from our generation, a lot of young ladies who are married and who are in relationships are very, very broken. They are
hold on. Then going off in the comments. Somebody said, what y'all think y'all smart until y'all nigga cheat and y'all play victim. Somebody said we may be more emotional, but we are definitely stronger with our emotions. We are able to push through, heal, and move past all the abuse that we've been taking from men over the years. No. I love all women. Sneakier. Okay. We are smarter than y'all.
It's the first comment, right? Like, what do you say? Y'all think y'all smart until y'all niggas.
He said we think we smart until our man cheat on us, and then we play the victim. How what we are being smart got to do with being cheated on? I don't get it. Maybe he can.
And what do you mean we think we're smart? What does that mean? We think we're smart. See, it's jabs like that we can't respect. What do you mean we think we smart?
Mm-hmm.
We don't think we smart. We know that we are smart to a certain degree,
but we are naturally nurturers. We're naturally emotional and all of that. Right. That's what it is. It don't have nothing to do with.
We play the victim. We are the victim of you being a fraud. We are a victim of your lies. We are a victim of your abusing us, misleading us, and manipulating us into thinking that we are the only one, which we value, and we try to be sacred with y'all, and then you go and break that sacred bond we have, and you go give it with somebody else, and then what you mean we playing the victim? We have been victimized, and that's the problem. Y'all think we ain't supposed to be the victim, and we not supposed to complain, and we supposed to sit there and take it when you do go cheat. What do you mean the victim?
Okay, so apparently he is responding to somebody else's comment. I don't know what the comment was, but I will say this: even if you wasn't directing that to that, a lot of guys cannot. I'm gonna give an example. The moment that we are expressive and we start talk about some of the hurt that we've been through or that y'all put us through, we are dismissed and try to be muzzled. Like how the oppressors do to us. We mentioned how race, how slavery and how we still experiencing racism and discrimination. The same oppressors be like, y'all need to get past that. Or we over that.
We're not racist. Yeah, we're not racist.
We're not and mistreated and not appreciated. We're still on that. It's the same thing. It's like y'all don't want to acknowledge it when y'all doing it. But when the white man and the oppressor be trying to put a strategy on us that y'all be doing, y'all don't like it.
You better talk.
I just be honest though. Like, I think a lot of this could be solved if people were just honest. Like, here's my thing. And I'm speaking from a younger generation. I don't know. And some of this stuff has been, but I have friends and I know people who are not opposed to being in open relationships or polygamy relationships or stuff like that. If you want that, or if you feel like you're not ready to commit to somebody, just be honest about that and then let that person decide how they're going to move. Now, you be butthurt if as a man, if you come to somebody and say, yo, like, listen, I'm just not ready for a committed relationship. I would really like for us to keep an open relationship. Like, let's date other people, whatever. Don't be bad when she start dating other people. Like, you know, it works both ways. But
so I had that done. The thing about it is that's not what they want though. You know, they want to just do them. I have been in situations where, you know, I'm all right, we're in a dating stage. As far as I'm concerned, dating stage is you're free to date and I'm free to date. But then the moment they find out that I'm dating, they like, wait a minute. I'm like, what did I do wrong? You said we agreed that we're dating. It's like they want to set rules that only apply to you, but not them. You know, it's like it's real confusing out here. But hold on, let me read some of the comments because they having their own little fight in the comments section. They say you picking out certain comments, pay attention to all the comments. No, I'm trying to read all of them, okay? Y'all again hard. The worst master that I have as a former slave. The worst masters to have is a former slave. I'm not telling no man what I went through, so as I see the signs, I am out.
That's it.
How long should the dating stage last? So personally, I think it all has to do with the individuals. Like, you know, I don't think it's no number on how long the dating stage goes. So me personally, I think 6 months. Like, we could date. We got to be taking it to another stage by the 6 month. If we still just, I'm dating, you're dating people, I'm dating people. It's like, I don't know, because I'm a little older, although I'm only 26. Like, we don't got time to waste. Like, it don't take you that long to know if you really like somebody. So why do you got to date somebody for a year to realize if you want to date them exclusively? It's a lot of bullshit and games being played around here. Like, why do you have to date a person a whole year to figure out if that's somebody that you want to be, you know, in a relationship with?
I think it also depends on where you are in life, though, too, right? Because, like, let's say if you're just dating because you just like for me, like I'm newly single, right? So I'm not looking to you know, I'm not looking to jump back into a relationship thing. So me dating for a year might be good for me because I was in a relationship coming out of that. But if, let's say, you've been single for 12 years and now you're like, you know, I really want a partner in life, dating for a year might not be conducive to what you're looking for. And I think when you're dating, those questions and answers need to be coming up. If you're not discussing that throughout the dating process, what do you want?
You could be like me. You confused. 1 week you want to be in a relationship, and you want to be single.
Somebody said that's why I'm saying people be knowing if they like a person and won't say nothing. What you mean? Oh, you mean? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that, Medina. That's what I'm saying. People be knowing if they like a person and won't say nothing. I
think he's saying that they know they really like somebody, but they won't, you know, pursue it. It won't get past a certain point because they're not saying nothing. They're not bringing it to them. They'll keep it quiet. And most of the time, it be females. Most of the time, it's females because men already make it clear. Like, for instance, you know, I went on a couple of dates with a gentleman, and you know, he's much younger than I am. You know, I date a lot of gentlemen that
this is my Stella guy. This is my Stella friend. She like them young, y'all. She like them young.
Well, no, and the young ones like me. It's not only that I like them. I don't go out and pursue them. They, you know, most of the time pursue me. A lot of people don't know that I'm 48 years old or however old I am. But they, you know, I meet a lot of younger guys. So his narrative was a little bit different, and I sort of understand that because we, you know, you know, he's younger, so he's on a different wave. He was on some straight letting me know.
Medina said after 1 month he should be asked the questions. I don't know about that one, Medina, but yeah.
But you know, he made it clear that he doesn't want, you know, he is clearly dating. He is not interested in relationship on no, you know, on no level. He doesn't want to be committed. He's, you know, not interested, this, that, and the third. So I said, okay, that, you know, that's perfectly fine because, you know, I feel like the same way. I don't want to say I want to get in a relationship with somebody I don't know straight off the rip. You know what I'm saying? And I'm enjoying my life. I have, you know, I want to be in a committed relationship, but I want the right person. And I feel like dating is, you know, fun, and it should be done in order to get to that ultimate goal. So, you know, just like I was telling you, Fatima, he had kept stressing and stressing it. So we went on a date. We went out dancing and everything. And mind you, he kept stressing how he don't want no ties. We friends, we doing this and that and the third. So when we go out into the club scene and we go out partying and dancing, you know, me being the free spirit that I am, and him, you know, he was, you know, we were on a date together. I took it upon myself and I started mingling like I
normally
do,
hear this
being
story,
myself.
The plot thickens because she
you know, I'm mingling and doing exactly how I do. And, you know, I'm getting drinks from other men and I'm dancing and I'm enjoying myself with other men and everything. So when I came back, you know, to him, he looked a little different. He didn't look, you know, the same, you know, as he started off with. He don't want no ties. He don't want no connection. He just want to have fun and want to enjoy himself. And I was looking at him like, yo, why he looking a little, you know, perplexed? So I said, you all right, friend? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine.
Y'all hear this?
And so, you know, So he was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm like, you sure? You know, you want to drink? Well, I mean, whatever. I said, maybe you should go ahead and take a walk. So then he went on and he took a little walk and he started, copycatting, my vibe. And he had a few dances and he had a few drinks. And then I said, great. We started dancing.
Who said
together.
she definitely going out with you?
And we started acting, having our fun and enjoying ourselves. And then I told him, I said, all right, well, good night, friend. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave. And he's like, wait, you leaving? And I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to go, So I slid off. I'm like, you go ahead and you enjoy yourself. You do you. I'm gonna go ahead and go home. I got my obligations and my responsibilities. So when we had our last date, he did bring it up. So he was like, yeah, that was kind of different. The
Very
last time that we went out, he was like, if it was another female, it probably would have went a different way. And and I said, what do you mean? He was like, well, I never been on a date where a woman, she just goes out and dance with other people and do all of that.
Okay, hold on. Everybody in the comments, y'all hear her story? Let's chime in. I want to hear what y'all got to say, because I'm going to tell y'all what I told her. Well, is it okay to go on dates and both parties is dancing with other people and getting drinks from other people?
But I'm just saying, he was the one who said he didn't want any ties. He didn't want any relationship. He didn't want this or that. Yes. But we are at a club and we're having fun and we're going. I didn't see anything wrong with it until he brought it to my attention, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't apologize, but I was like, well, that was the vibe. That's how I vibe."
Maybe when he said he didn't want no ties, maybe he meant like not.
What?
Maybe when y'all together, y'all are together, but maybe when y'all not together, then it's really sad. I don't know, because I mean.
April,
I don't see.
April.
I don't see.
Let's not sugarcoat it. So we this is uncensored. We unfiltered, and for all the guys that be saying that I be male bashing and I don't hold the women accountable, I held her accountable. Soon as she told me that, I'm like, you out of fucking line. That's out of pocket. How do you go out with a dude and go dancing and taking drinks from another guy? Like, that's out of line.
That's what I was saying. Like when he said, when you told him, oh, you didn't want no ties. When I hear we don't want no ties.
Oh, he told me he didn't want any ties. I didn't tell him
what
anything.
I mean is maybe like I feel like when we're together, it's us. Like, you get what I'm saying? If we at the club, then it's only me and you dancing. It ain't me and John and Jack and them, and then I'm getting drinks from them. But when you go out with your girl, it don't matter because you not in my presence. Like if you in my presence,
they said have fun on your own time.
Yeah, don't do that in my presence. Because if he would have did that, I would have probably slapped him. Like, you got me fucked up, okay?
Right. Look at if y'all see blackface right now, she ain't digging none of this that we're saying. So
I get what you girls. I get what y'all saying, huh?
No, I'm telling them. I was like, you seriously did that?
I seriously did what?
No, I'm telling the people in the audience that I told you. Did you ask you? I'm like, did you seriously do that?
And you said,
my sister not wrong with what she did. We tell her now, and she's still looking at us like, what the fuck is she wrong? You know who in the comments is co-signing you. Boo in there says she with you.
Yeah, but see, this is what you got to be careful. No, you don't got to be careful. But see, this is why certain men, you want to play on a certain level, and you want to put your cards on the table, and you want to try to keep my mind to tell me that you don't want no relationship, you don't want no attachments. So I'm taking it for face value. So we're gonna start right now. Let's go. The clock is ticking. So let me show you how this game goes.
Playoffs.
So it ain't no attachment. I'm enjoying myself, son, and that's how I vibe. And I do it all the time. Yeah.
I want you to listen to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just because a guy says that he's not looking for no committed relationship right now, that y'all dating, that does not mean when he's taking you out on a date on his dime that you have a right to meet other fucking men. Like, are you serious right now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, guys. She got to be Aquarius, Virgo, or Gemini. They said no. She's a Capricorn.
She's a Capricorn.
She's dead serious. This is not no social media personality. We had this conversation behind the scenes, and she see nothing wrong with this scenario.
So you think that because you said that you was just like, all right, so this is full game 100% all the time.
No, I'm not just saying that I did it because of that, because this is how I vibe. This is how I vibe. If I've been out with my man and my boyfriend.
You know them crying in a comment section.
I've been out with my man and my boyfriend several times. And if it's somebody I see in there I know, or if people be saying stuff to me, they'll be like, hey, how you doing? You look like you do such and such. Are you familiar? And I'll make conversation and I'll mingle. Oh, hi. No, I don't. Well, thank you. You know what I'm saying? What's your name? What are you off into? I'm networking. What do you mean? I'm networking. What do you mean?
Boo said no ties mean no ties.
And if somebody talk to my man or significant other or the friend, I'm not immediately going to form up a barrier and be like, well, damn, he disrespect. Now, if you all in her ear and you in the corner with shorty and y'all grinding and y'all doing all this and all that, like that, yeah, if you my shorty, yeah, I may feel a little bit away or whatever the case may be. Of course, that's normal, but I ain't going to be coming out. I'm not going to come at you or whatever. We're going to discuss it behind the scene. Whatever. Hey, I thought you was going a little too hard with such and such, but I'm never going to be disrespectful. I wasn't disrespectful when I was dancing with the other people. I wasn't grinding on. We were just casually dancing, cheering each other on. I wasn't in no intimate.
They said she's a people person.
Exactly, and that's how I do. I'm very diplomatic. That's what I mean. I'm very diplomatic.
Okay, Black. You know I'm a people's person as well, but there is boundaries that you have to set, and that
you don't have to.
They saying that's messy behavior. That's messy behavior.
Well, I mean, that's to them who people who are not open-minded. So, I mean, you know, that's the way you guys move. And if it works for you, that works for you. I'm just telling you how it worked for me that night and how it works for me. And it wasn't a problem. And when I explained it to him, then we got on the same page. I listened to his objective and I listened to what he said. And I explained to him my point on it, my stand, and then he understood. But you can't go around saying certain things and expect me to be all for that, and then if you don't mean it all across the board. So you should have said it was exclusive to us going out. You just said
somebody asked, do you still deal with him?
We don't deal, we're dating.
She still dates him. Somebody said that's time wasted. So my opinion,
why is it time wasted? Why?
My opinion on the situation is, I feel like the tone has been set, and I wouldn't move forward because the fact that he looked at you, you knew it made him uncomfortable, couldn't believe what you did. Then he did something right after. He started moving how you was moving. Yeah, y'all went on a date afterwards, but in his head, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's looking at it like, oh, she's for the streets.
And I don't know because I am. And anyway, we already knew that. And many people do. And if you don't know, I'm for the streets to a certain extent. No, I'm not out here ratchet and
They say you did all that and still dating him. Yes, because she's saying that they're dating.
That's my free spirit. I'm not
saying that there's nothing wrong with it. Like, yeah, there's no reason to stop dating him. They could date and she could do what she's doing and he could do what he's doing.
Right. Yeah. I'm not intimate with the gentleman. We are simply dating. I'm dating several people. I'm dating. That's what dating.
They said. Someone said if she's comfortable with doing that, she don't want no real relationship.
No, not with him. I don't. Absolutely.
Okay. I don't. All right. So
I'm looking for. I'm looking for something, and when I find, I'm not looking for anything right now. Excuse me, let me take that back. I'm not looking for anything. I'm enjoying myself and I'm having fun. When it finds me, then we'll move forward. Until then, I'm dating and I'm mingling and I'm networking and I'm enjoying my life and I'm having my fun. And that's my reality. Whoever has their cuss on them, what perfect relationship and perfect form of dating do they have?
Okay, what's the next topic, Fatima?
Okay, so they said leave that man alone. Hey, Ralph, All right,
No,
so the
he's
next
nice.
thing,
He's a very nice gentleman, and he treats me like a really special lady. I like the gentleman. We're good friends. We're building our friendship.
okay. So the next topic is nobody gonna find you if they know what you do. That's what somebody said.
I know people who do work.
So the next,
someone love Hitler.
somebody, is there any comments on Facebook? Because I see the comment thing going off on my thing. Are you reading them? You know how it comes on my screen because I can't see the comments on Facebook, but I see that it's going off. The next topic is we're gonna be talking about that trending topic where that lady who took her baby father off child support, and then she actually went and found him a job to get to CDL and all of that. So we wanted to touch up. We're going to be talking about that, and then we're going to go on to child support from a woman's perspective. Now, as you women on the panel, how do y'all know? Y'all familiar with the story that I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
So what is your opinion on that particular situation?
Do you want to go first?
Well, you know, I have 2 children out of wedlock. I'm a baby mother, and it's
They said she different.
It's very perplexing, you know, being a single mom, and it's very hard to make decisions because, you know, being a parent doesn't always equate to a monetary, you know, sense, because you have people out here with great parenting skills and they're great parents. Okay, so let's go ahead to my situation because I can't really speak about everybody else's. Now, my last son's father, Dallas, when I dated his dad, I had a 2-year-old, Denim. He was a great dad.
Stepdad.
He was a great stepdad to Denim. Denim still calls him Poppy. He was, you know, he helped me.
No, I just intervened and said that because a lot of guys are good stepdads, but not good dads.
Okay, yeah, he was a good stepdad. And he really, you know, at a time when I was, you know, he helped me with Denim, you know, in both ways. He helped me financially, and then, you know, he was a great stepdad to Denim. So fast forward, I had his son Dallas, and you know, he is a outstanding father, you know, to his son, but that does not always come with the best financial responsibility and everything. Now, mind you, it has been years before I had made the decision as far as child support. And mind you, things have changed. His economic status has changed. My economic status has changed. He decided after we broke up that he was going to expand his family. He moved on and he got married. I want to put everything out there so it won't be any bias as to what I'm saying. Because y'all already judged me on my date, but I want to play fair game on this one and put all the cards on the table. So he moved on and got married. He has a new child with his wife. Okay, now he's an outstanding father in regards to, you know, how he, you know, handles Dallas and their relationship or whatever.
Wait, let's back up. Are you saying that he's an outstanding father now, or he was an outstanding father when you first had Dallas?
No, when I first had Dallas, he was, you know, a good, outstanding father. And, you know, he was ever present in his life and in the boys' lives. He, you know, spent time, so forth and so on. And then all of a sudden the narrative changed. You know what I'm saying? Now, it was prior to him getting married, but he was in a relationship with his wife. You know, you understand what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, you know, he started slacking off as far as spending time with Dallas and doing everything. It was a point where I had to stress him. It was times where he would go months without, you know, really giving Dallas any money. He would sort of pressure me because, you know, my
Are y'all listening to this? Because we're gonna get into this.
Economic status had changed. You know, I had gotten a position where I worked my ass off, got myself out of the hole. You know, was able to move out of one property and get another property, start my own business. You know, just do, you know, a lot better for myself financially and become more independent. And that was through, you know, a lot of hard work, sacrifice, and blessings from my family. And he began to hold me accountable for that, in the sense that he was saying like really didn't have to, you know, do as much as he had, you know, should for his son, because I was more financially stable. So I should leave him alone, stop worrying about him doing the bare minimum for his son, because, you know, I'm doing a lot better.
Because you're financially stable.
Right. Because I'm, you know, but I'm not rich, but I made a better, you know, I made a better situation for myself. So he sort of became like, you know, upset with me, almost mad every day. You know, instead of us having the conversations that we had about our son, instead of him showing up, it more became about me. And, oh, I'm bothering you, I'm harassing you, I'm doing these things to you, but yet and still, Lakeisha, you're evolving, you bought a new car, you got a new house, da 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 da. So therefore I shouldn't be asking him for the bare minimum of what Dallas is entitled to. I became persecuted and the bad guy because
evolving.
Right. And you know what? For a while, the low side of me started believing that maybe I am going too hard. Maybe I should fall back. You know, these are my kids. I don't gotta bother nobody. I don't gotta beg nobody. You know, I started for a time believing that false narrative, this stuff that he was speaking over me and putting in my head. I started believing it. I started building up a brick wall and saying, you know what, I'm not going to bother him. Fuck that. I'm gonna just take care of my kids. These my kids. I could take care of my kids. And then I got to the point where I'm like, nah, I'm not responsible, you know, for this alone. He laid down and he had this baby with me.
Okay. All right, Black. I don't want to cut you off, but let's speed it up, because we are here all day. So what happened? You eventually did what? And then what happened?
So I decided that I was going to go and put him on child support. And I did.
And then what did you become after you put him on child support?
The bad guy, of course.
Okay. So the story was kind of long. I know it, but what he did it out of obligation instead of love. So her story is not unique. This is a story that happens a lot, that a lot of guys interpret that, oh, she's putting me on child support because I'm in a relationship now, or I got married, or I this, you know, because I'm not with her anymore. That's a narrative that has been pushed a lot by a lot of men that I even know personally. I know the mother and the father, and you would see them on social media. You would see them in the streets, in the hood, pushing that narrative when that's not the truth. Now, this is what Black just said happens quite often, that guys are active and they are good fathers when they're with the women. But the moment that they break up, then the dynamics of what they think they're supposed to do change. And then they are not the good fathers that they used to be. They'll wind up getting with girls who have kids and be the best stepdad and be the worst father to their own kid. They said sometimes it be that case. In her case, he's wrong. Yeah, but what I'm saying is this happens a lot. And instead of no guy wants to say that I'm being fucked up, that I'm shitting on my own kid and taking care of another kid. So they push the narrative that, oh, shorty just mad that I'm with somebody else and all that. My thing is this: I have no kids, and I've dated men who have kids. I am not that girlfriend. I'm not that girlfriend that you cannot come to me and tell me no sob story about your baby mother putting you on child support. Because the first thing I'm gonna ask is, okay, is that your kid? Yeah, you know that's your kid? Yeah. So what's the problem? Child support is 17% of your income. Whether she did it to be spiteful, whether she did it because she mad because you're in a relationship. The fact of the matter is, you're paying for a kid that's yours, and it's only 17% of your income. I cannot fathom why so many men be so butthurt over being put on child support to take care of a kid that's yours. What do you don't want? Consistency? You want to be able to tell her, I ain't got it this week, or give her when give her when you want to give her. To avoid all of that, we have a plan that's set by the court. Well, I don't understand why some guys sever their relationships with their own kids because the mother put them on child support.
I have a question, right? And this could be me just playing devil's advocate. I don't know, right? How do you guys feel if because okay, so do they make them pay child support if they have joint custody?
Huh?
Do they make them pay child support if there's joint custody? Like if it's equal custody, they don't have to pay child support, right?
I don't know.
Exactly what do they call joint custody? Is it literally joint back 50-50 where 2 weeks I'm with her, 2 weeks the child is with you? I don't know how that works, if that's really established. Anybody in the comments that has joint custody?
The only reason I'm asking is because I see a lot of men who are good fathers who take care of their kids if they're and they're not in the relationship with the mother of their child or whatever. But child support is only a factor because some of them feel like, well, I take care of my kid over here with me, and I got to take care of my kid over there with her too. And especially if they have joint custody, does that work the same? Like,
someone said joint custody is when one parent has a child 6 months out of the year, and the other one has the child for 6 months out of the year. So how does that work? If you guys got 6 months, so when the child is with the parent for 6 months, do the other child has to pay the other parent pay child support, and then vice versa? I do. We rotate weeks. So okay, Medina said they rotate weeks. When the parents that has the child for 6 months, the other parent pays child support, and vice versa. So it's one thing if it's a 6 months thing, but what if it's a situation like Medina? If I have them 2 weeks, or I have them 1 week, you have them the other week, and so how does the court go about child support? I feel like if it's a situation where if you have a 1 week and I have a 1 week and it's really even like that, there should be no child support in
that was my thing. Like if you guys are sharing custody of a child and it's even custody, then no, I don't believe that child support is feasible in that matter. Now, if it's one thing where the mom, because a lot of times in these situations, a lot of the heavy stuff falls on the mother. And then you see guys complaining, oh, well, like you said, she's putting me on child support and stuff like that or whatever. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and chances are not going to be on child support. A lot of times y'all are on child support because y'all are not upholding your end. Okay, then let's talk about the financial part versus the emotional, physical part, right? Because a lot of people like to say, oh, well, if the father is there emotionally and he's spending time with the kid, but he's not able to provide in terms of financial, then maybe you shouldn't put him on child support. Or if he's financially, would you rather your kid's father financially be there versus physically being there? Like, how do y'all feel about that?
I'm not a parent, but I don't really give a fuck about. I honestly, yeah, I want you to be present and all that, but that's not all. If you were not financially contributing to this fucking kid, it's a problem. You could be taking them to the park every day, picking them up from school every day, helping them with their homework, but kids need money to eat, to breathe, and all that. So I'm not one of those people that think if the father is doing this and he can't financially support him, then give him a break. No, I really don't have no fucking sympathy for men that are not financially stable.
Well, I don't want to hear that because look at my situation.
Hold on, let me finish this story. I feel like as a man, if you ain't got it, you better fucking go get it. And I don't want to hear about what you don't got. Because as a woman, if I don't have it, I have to go get it.
My kids no.
You gotta go get it. I'm not having no fucking sympathy for no nigga talking about he ain't got it.
I can't tell it.
But you got it.
So look at my situation, because you wasn't spending no time with your kid, and you didn't want to give financially. But guess what? You kept saying that you was broke, you ain't have it, but you went and had a whole nother fucking baby that you taking care of.
That's another issue.
And then you tried to paint it out and make it seem like I was mad because you got a wife. No, I was mad because you said you was poor every time. And then you popped up with a whole nother fucking tribe, like 5 or 6 of them over there. So now
hold on. They obviously not listening. So somebody said you shouldn't have a kid, first of all, for a nigga you knew didn't have it. Did y'all not hear the story? She said that she had a 2-year-old before she had the child with him. And he was a great stepdad to her 2-year-old. So why would she think that he's not going to be a good father to the kid that he actually had with her? That he was an active father and a good father until they broke up and then he got into another relationship. Are you following now? So this is another thing that a lot of guys do. Instead of just calling the ace an ace, some niggas will be like, well, you ignored the red flags. You ain't know that the nigga was the shit. Yeah, sometimes you really don't know the nigga ain't shit. And so some babies changes situations. And I don't know why people don't realize that. Babies changes situations.
Yeah.
And so it's a possibility that a woman did not know that he was going to be a deadbeat.
No, I would have never went into that.
Until after they not with the girl no more, so they ain't getting the pussy no more. Now they saying fuck her, and they go out there and make another baby. So now I had another excuse where a lot of guys be like, "Yo, she put me on child support when I had another kid." You motherfucking right. If you are not consistently taking care of the kid that you have, and you have the audacity to have another kid. If I was the mother, I will be going, as soon as I find out the other girl is pregnant, I'm going down to child support. Because you're not even consistently taking care of the kid that you have, and you have the audacity to go make some more kids.
That's what I'm saying. And I gave you a chance. Even when I made the decision to put on child support, they asked me, why did you wait so long? Why did you wait so many years? I had to explain that. Why did I wait so many years? Everybody wanted to know. So yeah, I would never go into having a baby with somebody who was reckless. When I had a baby, I was a grown woman. When I had my first child, I was 38 years old. I owned a property. I had a great job. I had all of those things. So I would have never picked the.
Hold on, Black. Let me be some of that. Split finances down the middle. Keep courts out of the business. Exactly. Take responsibility or not aggravating the situation. You have financial obligations and also physical obligations to a child. Somebody else said, if he's not financially stable, then he needs to come up with a plan to get financially stable to support his child or children. Somebody else says, you shouldn't have a kid first. You shouldn't have a kid, first of all, for a nigga you knew didn't have it. Somebody else said, the only don't have is when you have a child with them. Somebody else said, yes, they do. Somebody else said, did he have kids before they got together? No, they didn't. No, he didn't. Her child is his first kid. Then somebody else said, is this case after he got married and has an obligation to his wife and his new child? It seems he didn't want the responsibility. Somebody else said, not the baby's fault. The nigga ain't shit. Somebody said, the financial response. Somebody said, where's Shabazz? Adam, right? Okay.
We addressed that one comment where it talked about split the finances down the middle, keep the courts out of it. Because I see a lot of men that will literally be like, yo, don't put me on child support. Like, we can handle this outside, but then don't handle what they supposed to handle outside. They'd be so shocked. Like, my best friend, she literally has 2 kids by a dude. They were married. They're divorced now. And for the longest, like, she was struggling to take care of her 2 kids or whatever. And partly because she was trying to put him on child support, but she ain't know where he lived. And for some reason, the courts couldn't find him, even though he's one of the biggest jewelers in the world right now. Yeah, but he finally was like, yo, like, I'm putting you on child support. Like, this is what it is. He was like, no, like, keep the courts out of it. Like, let's just come up with our own plan or whatever. And honestly, I encourage her to go to the courts every day, because the little measly money he's paying her outside of the courts, when, like I said, he's one of the biggest jewelers here in Atlanta. I mean, doing jewelry for everybody. the little measly pennies he's paying her, she could get so much more. But, you know, just to keep the peace, she just does that.
And a lot of women do that.
Men are so afraid of the courts because they're so afraid of accountability. When you get put on papers, you cannot escape that one way or another. You don't pay, they garnishing your wages, they suspending your driver's license. Your whole life fucked up just like the mother with the kid. So why do y'all, this whole split the finances down the middle, y'all don't never even uphold y'all end of the deal.
Mm-hmm. That's what child support is about. Child support is when you don't do what you said. We give you the shot at doing what you said and being a responsible parent.
Let me read a comment said you can still go to the courts and come up with a plan. It don't have to be 17% of his income. It could be whatever you guys agreed upon. And of course, we'll just hold him liable so that he holds up his end of the bargain.
Yep.
Right.
What do y'all think about those like these, because I know I can't speak on this, but like celebrities, like when they give them like those $50,000 child support payments and like, you know, paying $100,000 a month in child support, do y'all think it'd be excessive?
No, because you got to think about how when you with the spouse and you're accustomed to living a certain lifestyle, the courts are factoring in that you are living that lifestyle. The courts are factoring in the extracurricular activities, the medical expenses. They're not the cost of living. If you marry to a celebrity and your monthly cost of living is $5,000 a month because you lived in a luxury apartment, they're gonna factor that in. They're gonna factor in your kid plays golf, she plays polo, she does this, all of that. They're factoring all of that in. So it does make sense. Like the money that I get, according to them, that little money, it doesn't equate for the activities I have planned for my children, my child, the medical expensive, all the traveling and extracurricular activities and what that entails. Those courts are factoring all of that in. But when you're just a regular, you're not a celebrity, they're not factoring all of that in. They just what general income.
What April's saying is, okay, let's say you are a millionaire or billionaire, and you are made by the courts based on your income. You are awarded to pay child support $30,000 a month. What she's saying is, does it really take $30,000 a month to take care of a kid? No, but imagine you being a millionaire or whatever. You should want your kids to be awarded the same thing that you're being awarded. Imagine a mother being a millionaire and going on trips, to doing all this, but they making their child eat flakes and beans and stuff. No, it's like, if you have that lifestyle, your child should be awarded the same lifestyle that you have.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. They award according to the lifestyle.
So let's say in those cases, right? Like, okay, they're being awarded the same lifestyle, right? So $30,000 a month. Yeah, when we were together, we were taking trips and stuff like that. Now we're not together. Is that now? If the father can take the kids himself on the trips, does it require him to pay for the mom to be able to take the kids on the trips too over here?
Well, it's not just about the trips. If the just because he's a millionaire, that don't mean that the child should be with him. If the child is primarily with the mother, then so you should be a millionaire and your child should be living with their mother in fucking Brevoort projects?
No. What I'm saying is, it's okay, let's say the mom, because chances are when these women are, a lot of what I see nowadays with these celebrities is, the men, they're being put on, they're making their millions and stuff, and then the women are coming up with their businesses too, and they're making their millions too. It's not like for, you see these football players, they get with these women, and then now they selling tummy tucks and waist trainers, but they making millions of dollars from it. If the mom is a millionaire and the dad is a millionaire, is he still required to pay $50,000 a month for a lifestyle that they both can provide regardless of who's with who now?
Hold on, let me read. I think someone said that along the lines. They said, you can still go to the courts. Oh, wait a minute, no. I read that one. They said, in some cases, it is. I understand that the children are used to a certain lifestyle, but they don't need all that money to maintain a certain lifestyle. Sometimes these women are getting away with murder. And then somebody else said exactly. And somebody else said it's excessive. Somebody else said true. Somebody said if it was reversed and the man sued for spousal and child support, a woman would not want to pay that type of money.
What they do. Mary J. Blige does, and Holly Berry does, and several cases.
And Wendy Williams does.
Yeah. And I know a female contractor who is wealthy, she has to pay it. So it's on both sides. It may not be in the public forefront as much, but women, they have to bust down as well.
And by the way,
okay, wait a minute. Somebody said that's like Mary J. Blige's husband wanted $30,000 and women went crazy because there's no children involved.
None.
She's paying child support for a grown-ass healthy man to take care of him. No, we're talking about child support, not spousal support. And yes. I really don't even agree with, I think if a woman was married to a wealthy man and there was no kids involved and she was used to a certain lifestyle, I think that spousal support should be awarded for a certain limited time, not forever.
Yeah,
you need to figure out a plan, mama. And we're gonna give you a year or two for the spousal support, but after that, it's cut the fuck off. But I don't think no man at all should be getting spousal support. You a big, grown, strong ass man. I don't get it. How do you even let your nuts fucking hang when you got a woman, you living off a woman child spousal support?
They doing it.
Somebody said he was used to a certain lifestyle. Yeah, that's why it's very important. Like that's why I don't like that whole, if I'm doing better than him, I don't want to be in a relationship with you because they can use that shit against you. Huh?
Or you get a prenup.
Equally yoked, right?
A prenup. I'm not even a prenup. No, it's just like I will feel disgusting like that. My dude was living off of me. Like, okay, I made it rich or whatever. I'm gonna give you a loan and you figure out something to make that shit multiply. But we not gonna be sitting here living off of my ones. Like, are you a man or you a fucking mouse? Like, what are you not comfortable with living off your woman money? We ain't doing that. Well, I ain't doing that.
I'm gonna give you a loan, bro.
Right? Hey. Yeah, like okay, I'm caked up. We're gonna take this money. I'm gonna give you this money. And flip that shit. I'll start you a business. What we not gonna do is live off of my money.
So what about like in case of like Wendy Williams and her ex-husband Kevin, right? Because Kevin was instrumental. Wendy Williams is the personality, so let's not, we're not taking away from her, but he was instrumental in helping her acquire a lot of
you Black.
You got me?
And Black, if you gotta go, you could go, but me and April could still stay on if you have to go.
Yeah, no, y'all stay on. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for having me, sis. Let me go get my sons.
Okay.
All right, talk to y'all.
It's just me and April. We're gonna be on for a little while longer. Go ahead, April.
Yeah, so I was just saying,
hold on, let me read some of the comments.
Go ahead.
They said he was used to a certain lifestyle, but that's the law and it's not changing. The dude cheated, don't deserve shit. Exactly. That's another factor. If the woman cheated, then she don't deserve shit. And if the man cheated, he definitely don't deserve shit. Somebody said, I believe that the ex-husband should at least make sure that the ex-wife is comfortable. He don't have to make a rich, but if he have it, he should at least leave her in a comfortable situation. I agree. She changed his way of living. Somebody said, gotta get the prenup. Somebody said, if men have you have up pay, I don't understand what you're saying, Gino. I disagree. Somebody said I disagree. If the woman is the breadwinner, let's be fair. So it's okay for a woman to get a man money, but a man can't get a woman's money. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Medina. Hold on, Gino, want to get on. So let me answer that. Let me answer that conversation. Answer that question, Gino. Medina. Y'all trying to take away what a role is as a man. It's a natural state for women. That's what it was. Men are supposed to be providers and women are supposed to be nurturers. So all of that is it okay for a woman to live off a man? Yes, that's natural. A man living off a woman is not natural. Y'all trying to change what is nature, what is natural. Yeah, so yeah. Oh God, I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear because I got you down, Gina. Hold on.
Yo, can you send them like the meeting ID and like you can like bring people on here?
Somebody, oh yeah, Gino. Well, I'm about to end the one on hold on. Hello? I don't hear you. I don't know why I don't hear you. I turned up the volume. Is your volume up? Well, you know what, Gino, get off. You could call the number. You could call this phone and we can hear you. I'm gonna put the number on for anybody that wants to call in because I can't hear you on here right now. You hear me? So anybody that wants to call in, the number is 757-575-0510. The number is 757-575-0510. Gino, get off live because we can't hear you, Gino. Okay. I couldn't hear him either. So anybody that wants to call in, y'all could call in and we can hear your voice. It's gonna be on 757-575-0510. Okay, what you were saying, April?
We were talking about the spousal support or whatever. And just saying like, you know, like how, you know, people were saying like it's
oh, they said they heard him, but I didn't hear him. Oh, I didn't hear him. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying like in terms of like Kevin Hunter and Wendy Williams, right? Like so like Kevin was instrumental. He was her manager for years and just helping her. And you know, he was I say Kevin was the gift and the curse, right? Because I feel like although he was holding shit together, he also drove her to where she is now because he, you know, whatever. So, but because he was an intricate part in her whole Wendy Williams machine, does he not deserve to be paid for that? Or
somebody said a man is generally the head of the household and the provider. So yes, it is natural for a man to provide in the situation. Yeah. So that is in the response to, I don't know. I don't get this whole, you know, I think, you know, me and on my homeboy always be talking about a lot of these niggas want to be treated like bad bitches. Like
that is
they want to be treated like, no, you don't. It's not the same. You are not supposed to be getting taken care of by a fucking woman. If you are, you're a bitch ass nigga. Period. Like, no, it's different if a woman is sitting there being taken care of by a man. That's her natural state. That is nothing wrong with that. If a grown ass healthy man is comfortable with a woman taking care of him, he's a bitch ass nigga. Period. Especially if they woman eat your mother. What happened, April?
Can you hear me?
Now I hear you. The number didn't work. What you mean the number didn't work? I hear you, April. What you were saying, April?
Can you hear me?
I keep on hearing you say, "Can you hear me?" Now I see you. Now I see you, and now I hear you.
Okay, so before you can't see me or hear me.
Mm-hmm. Why? Wait a minute. Why is the number not working? Do I have the wrong number? Because y'all know I be having the wrong number. I be giving out the wrong number. Someone else could hear me on here with you. Yeah, but I couldn't hear you. April, you losing me? What happened?
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah. Gino, I'm not gonna be able to hear you.
Can't you send him the meeting ID and he can join us on Zoom?
don't, because both of my phones is being used right now. I can't even get on there and send it to him in the inbox. That's the thing. Hold on. Gina, you trying to can you inbox him the Zoom number?
Is he on Instagram?
Yeah.
What's his
It's
Instagram?
Gino Valentino 80. Inbox him the Zoom number. Gino, we're gonna send you the Zoom.
GE or GI?
GENO VALENTINO 80. Okay, so who disagrees? Who agrees? Disagree? Who agree? Well, anyway, while you trying to figure that out, so we about to anyway bring this, I guess, to a wrap. Yeah. I know we were late, so that's why we stayed over a little bit longer. We didn't get to talk about everything, but that's why we always got other shows. We had a little lineup of everything we was talking about, but I guess we took too long on certain topics. So y'all have to tune in to next show. Oh, he said we good if we want to continue. Mark said we good if we want to continue. April,
that's fine. I'm good. We can continue.
April, I don't see you, April.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to look for the meeting ID.
Okay, so Mark said we good. We can still go a little longer.
Okay, I just sent it to
Gino. Check your inbox. You just sent.
He did.
He did. Okay. Gino is a character. Y'all know he's one of them Uncensored's favorites. So he about to get on here and show his ass. We're waiting for him to join. I can't text you, Mark, because both of my phones, and I don't have your number in here in my in the uncensored phone. Let me see if I have it in here. I can't text you when it's over, but I guess I can end the live and then text you. You're right. Let me see if your number is in here. I really don't know how to use these damn Androids no more. I've got when you end your IG. Okay, yeah. All right. I done got some bougie with these iPhones that I don't act like I don't even know how to use an Android. So anyway, I don't know, Medina, did we lose you? Did I shut you down with that whole women? It's not a problem for a man living with a man. It's only a problem when a man lives off a woman. Yes, that's a big problem for a man to be comfortable living off of his woman. Even if you got fall down on hard times, there should be a time expiration on that. Like, when do you think you're gonna get your shit back together? A lot of guys get too comfortable with living off of their women. So that's a whole nother topic. And then we wanted to get on about, being a strong woman and stuff, a boss chick and all that, and why, some of the trials and tribulations that we go through. Medina, you still here, Medina? You asked the question. What was the question? I thought you asked the question is, what's the difference? Ask the question again and I'll answer it. I thought I answered the question I saw. I didn't see you send another question. You can't shut me down. Okay, we'll see. Yes, I can. But yeah, so April, you want to brush on that a little bit too about, when you're a boss chick, a successful girl, a successful woman, some of the trials and tribulations that you have that comes with that. In my case, you have two kind of men. It's three kind of men, but there's one man, oh God. April?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we're gonna have to end the Zoom because that phone is going dead.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see if the phone reach. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We're gonna see. You answered it. Ha ha ha. Okay. All right. Yeah, so some of the trials and tribulations that some women that go through that are successful, you got two different kind of men. You got some men that are literally out there looking for, boss chicks or successful women or women that are making a little bit of money, so they can try to like not do as much or try to live off of them. And then you got some that are intimidated by women that are successful. It's like, damn, junkie or chunk. Shut up, girl. Have you experienced that, April?
So it's funny because I was in a relationship for 12 years, right? So, but what I can say is when you're transitioning from being one person to the next person, even when you're in a relationship, you kind of see how that affects your partner. And towards the end of my relationship, I was growing into being who I am today, right? So I wasn't always this media personality. I do a lot of stuff within media, writing, all of that stuff. But, when I was in my relationship, I was just mom to his son and his partner, whatever. And you start to see, like, when you're growing into things that benefit you and make you, like you said, the boss chick, or you're becoming an entrepreneur and stuff like that, how it affects partners or, men in general. And some men, let me tell you, here's what I've realized, right? So besides what I do in media, I am the manager of a home inspections company here in Atlanta. And what I find is a lot of men who are intimidated are Black men by our success. Mm-hmm. Black men are really ones who I've run into, like, oh, really? You do that? Oh, how? Like, but I go to conferences all around the country. And in the home inspection business, you won't see a lot of us. But those white men, they welcome my bossness. Like, oh yes, like she's a boss, like she's top notch, don't mess with her, she's everything. But Black, they will be like,
they look at it as a negative.
Yeah. And I was just like,
I also work in a company where it's a majority men and it's a lot of white men. And I compare Black men and white men all the time based on what I'm around, and the way that the mindset of a lot of these Black men on everything is totally different from them. And to be honest, I hate to sound like that. I like how they move and how they think and how they treat their women better than the way our men view us and treat us and deal with us. Like the white men I be working around, they a lot of they women are at home moms that don't work at all, and they take pride in it. They be like, yeah, they'll be like, oh, I can't do X, Y, and Z. I gotta ask my wife. Yes. Oh, my wife is the boss. The Black men, they be in there. I'm the boss in my house, and I'm this and that. It's like a whole different kind of mindset. You know what I mean? I be like, I think the Black male ego is just too fragile, and it's ridiculous.
It is, because who y'all trying to put on for? Here's my thing, right? When it comes to the whole, like, I'm the boss or I wear the pants in the relationship type thing, what do you really get out of that? Like, because like half of y'all don't know even how to wash them same pants you claiming to wear. So what do you really get out of your ego being stroked? Now, granted, yes, if my man, whatever, but a lot of y'all are walking around with this entitlement chip on y'all shoulder, and it's really almost disgusting. I feel like Black men don't value Black women, right? I feel like It just became cool.
For the most part. There are some men out there that do value us, but it's slim pickings right now. And you can't, by your experience, my experience, what we see on social media, through the music and all that, the way they talk to us, the way they view us, bitch this, ho that, they cannot dispute and try to change and make it seem like it's a false narrative. Because what we see, what we're experiencing, and what they are putting out there says everything that they don't respect us. They don't like us, and they don't value us. But then when we say that out loud, they want to dispute that.
Yep.
I don't get it though. But this is the narrative that Shadow pushed out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like the truth hurts. And nowadays it seems like it's a trend to verbally attack Black women. It definitely is a trend. You want a podcast to be successful? Get on there and call some Black women's hoes and bitches, and they this and that, and all they want to do is child support. All you got to do is just get online and say some terrible shit about Black women, let it go viral, and you will hit. That's it. It is a trend. Somebody said grab me, but you are right.
Men just be in our business too much. Y'all criticize everything we do. It's never good enough for you. I feel like it just now became cool to even praise Black women in public, right? Like, because, just even thinking about, like you said, like the lyrics, the videos and stuff like that. How many growing up, when I was watching videos and stuff, back in the day, they would put beautiful Black women in the video, until I started seeing they changed to like all these foreign women, and he talked about was they wanted the foreign. She got to be Brazilian, Puerto Rican. Like,
and even when we were in the video, all we were in the video would do was being objectified.
Yeah.
It's just the whole mindset of our culture. It's just, we need to be rebrand. We need to be retrained and everything. And then when we speak on certain situations, we have men that whites is killers too. Well, we have Black killers too. We talking about that, I don't get what that means. Like, whites are killers, Blacks are killers too. And it's crazy how the people who control the social media site will be quick to shut an account down, but never shut the account down where a race of men degrade Black women. If it was white men degrading white women, they would shut those down. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. White men are killer. Hell yeah. I'm in Facebook I'm not in jail, but on my Facebook page is restricted right now, but I don't even know what. They didn't even explain it to me. What is it that I did wrong? I can't go live right now on Facebook saying that I apparently broke some sort of Facebook standards. And I'm trying to figure out what are the standards, because I see the worst shit on Facebook and Instagram. I ain't doing none of this shit or saying none of this shit that really should be banned, but I'm right now restricted. See, so they let what they want to be pushed go right through. Yep. Hey Melly. Didn't they shot Eminem down when he was talking about killing his baby mother? A Black man talked about killing his baby mother. They let it ride. Listen, it's like I said, it's terrible out here, and it's like I know no Black wanted to be a part of this discussion when we was talking about a lot of these men, a lot of our Black men, and at first she was experiencing that, and I wasn't experiencing it, but then I started experiencing it. Is that some of these Black men be in competition with you? Like, I was dating a couple of guys that it's like, I'm like, dude, like, this is not a fucking competition. Like, why are you competing with a female? So it's like I said, I think the biggest problem with the men in our culture is their egos. Their egos is too fucking fragile. And a lot of women, either you're gonna have to dumb yourself down and stroke their ego, or you just gonna be single. Yeah. And they want the kind of women that are not boisterous, that don't have an opinion, that don't speak up, that are very timid. What they always say, I want peace. I just want her to shut the fuck up. Why do I have to shut up? If I have an opinion about something, why I can't give my opinion? If I don't like something, why can't I say I don't like it? The fact that the main complaint that they have is they just want us to shut the fuck up goes to show you that they just want a doormat. They want a mute. They want somebody that just gonna let them say and do whatever the fuck they want and don't say nothing about it.
Yeah. I mean, because a lot of times what we're talking about is holding them accountable, and they don't like to be held accountable.
No, but they'll say that we don't want to be held accountable.
And that's not true. I think with men, what they fail to realize is when you're holding a woman accountable, what they do when they hold us accountable is it's not to make us better. It's to degrade us. It's to criticize us. Mm-hmm. You know, it's never to uplift us or anything like mm-hmm. that. You have a conversation with somebody and you're talking to them and you're like, well, you know, you did this and it made me feel this way. And then they just start attacking you with all this stuff. You're like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, where'd that come from? Because we wasn't even on that. But it's like with men, you could say, oh, you know what? The way you talked to me the other day, I didn't really appreciate that. I think we need, you know, whatever. Oh, well, you know what? The other day you did this and it's like, that's not healthy. You're not saying that to me because you want to change the situation. You're saying that to me to deflect off of the fact that I'm calling you out on your BS.
But you know what's so funny, April? You know, they do that often where they say, but what about women? And y'all do this and y'all do that. But we used to get our ass whipped for that. Yep. That's called telling. If you caught and you say, well, so-and-so was doing that too, and so-and-so was doing that too, you got beaten. Like, and this is, you get beaten for whatever you did, and then you getting beaten for being a fucking teller. But these men that grow up to be grown-ass tellers. If you bringing up one thing, they'll say, but y'all do this and y'all do that. It's quite feminine to me as far as I'm concerned.
It is a lot of feminine energy in the masculine energy of today's society. Like, it's a lot of men moving. I just seen a video on Instagram. So you know how like men throw money in the club or whatever, you know, like they doing that to impress the girls, whatever. Why a man was like grabbing the money and putting it in his pocket.
Yes.
I'm like,
somebody said it's the manipulation through that, what it is. Exactly. Mm-hmm. We touched on the manipulation, and that's what this is about, women. We out here trying to be, you know, empower women and to tell y'all to be sharp on your head. Like I myself have been manipulated in situations. We have to be wiser and know that they are master manipulations. Like, they don't want to take no accountability for the most part. And they always gonna try to mind fuck you into thinking, even, we know the scenario. You catch a nigga cheating, they won't even acknowledge the cheating. They'll be like, well, why the fuck you was in my phone? Or why the fuck you this? Or why the fuck you that? Like, that's what they do generally all across the board. It's all about deflect and distract. We ain't gonna talk about what's the real issue. We're gonna deflect that shit with bringing up some shit that I don't like that you did. So in your mind, it's okay for women to just do whatever they want. No, I never said that. No, in my mind, I did not. I didn't say that. I don't think that in my mind, and I didn't say that verbally. I did not. I just now told my friend right the other day. I mean, early in the live that she was wrong for what she did. No. So where did I say? Where did you get where I interpret where I said that women could do whatever they want to do? I feel like men are supposed to be leaders and they need to take the leadership role and stop always like, I just don't understand it. I don't know who was using. I think Shabazz used that analogy about the whole, you know, if the team is doing bad, you got to look at the coach. You know what I'm saying? How is the coach coaching the team? Now, you guys want to be leaders. If y'all the leaders, if things is going wrong, y'all got to take the leadership role and say, what are y'all doing wrong first? Does that make sense?
They don't.
Am I making sense?
No, it don't make sense to them. They don't care about that.
Medina, you said I'm asking a question. Yeah, I'm asking. No, and I answered it. No, I don't think that women could do what they want to do. I'm asking as a leader. And using as sports as a comparison, when the team is doing wrong, don't you look at the coach first? So if we the team and you are as the man in the relationship, you're supposed to be the leader. you don't think you should look at yourself first and look and see what is the leader in the relationship? He's supposed to be leading and guiding. What is he doing wrong? You don't think that that's the first person that should be looked at? A woman will hold her friend accountable when they know she's not doing the right thing, but a man will never hold his friend accountable. He'll just let the bad behavior ride. Absolutely. So you see the conversation that me and my sis had on the air. We had that conversation off the air. I asked that same question to some guys. Like, you see, like, I think I was on a live with Scrams and two other guys, and we was like, do you hold your homeboys accountable for certain shit? You know they doing fucked up shit. Do you hold them accountable? And they was like, for the first part, no, it depends. If the shit affect me, if the shit affect me, yeah. But if it don't affect me, I mind my business and all that. That's pretty much the standpoint that most of these guys take. They don't care how much they dudes, their homies is fucked up or doing fuckboy shit. They not gonna hold them accountable. If anything, they gonna back up and make excuses with them. Well, anyway, we about to wrap this up. You still didn't answer, what do women say when they get caught cheating? I didn't hear you answer that. I mean, I didn't hear you ask that. What do women say when they get caught cheating? I don't know.
I said, I don't know. We don't cheat.
Black women don't cheat. We're gonna end on that.
We don't cheat. We don't cheat. So
you know that false ass campaign that they be like, black men don't cheat. Black women don't cheat. I don't know what to tell you, but we don't cheat. Half the reason they won't hold them accountable is because they know they doing the same thing. That's a whole fact. So we're gonna end this because it's over 2 hours. I want to thank everybody who joins in on the panel, everybody that joins in the comments section, everybody that's listening on the Sadior radio station. It was real. And yes, laugh it out loud, I'll bet. And we're gonna end with black women don't cheat. And black men do not want to be held accountable for anything. We're gonna end on that note, okay? Peace, everybody. I will see y'all in the next, which is April, whichever is the second Sunday and the fourth Sunday of April. Until then, I'm gonna just be popping my shit on my page with my memes and in my stories. Thank you guys. Later. And now, okay, I think okay, hold on. We gotta let Mark know that we finish. Hold on. April, thank you so much. Hold on, I gotta text Mark. Mark, done. It's still recording, so hi everybody on Facebook if y'all see us. I'm sorry I didn't get to read the comments because I don't have an extra phone to read it, but I will look at the comments when I go on there now and respond if there's any there. But if y'all was tuning in, thank y'all. Hold on, let me call Mark and tell him to cut it off. We got to figure out this technology, April. Why is we having all these issues?
Because it's technology.
Why? Hi, Fatima. Huh?
Hi, this is Mark's wife. How are you?
Oh, you got it. You stop. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to stop
Hi.
it. Hi.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to stop it now.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
All right, April, I'm gonna call you on the phone.
All right.
Good night.
Night.